Emotional abuse is one of the silent killers in our society today, especially in Christian relationships. Yes, you might say, really? Yes, really. And that is what we are going to look at today. Welcome once again to my channel today, where we discuss how women can be empowered. Christian women can be empowered and how their hopes can be restored to be the best that God has made them to be. My name is Grace, and today we are going to be discussing emotional abuse. Emotional abuse is a silent killer. It is something that over the years I have seen women go through in Christian relationships. I'm talking about Christian relationships today and how emotional abuse affects women. It is subtle and it is very tricky. Okay, if you don't know, you will not. In fact, most people don't even know that this is what they go through. So let me start by trying to explain to us what emotional abuse is. Abuse in its form, generally, the abuser tends to exert control and power over the victim. The difference between other forms of abuse and emotional abuse is that emotional abuse is subtle. You may not really know it. It's not physical. It has to do with your emotions. It has to do with your psychology. And in the long run, it starts affecting your mental health and your general well-being. So the act of exerting control through manipulation is emotional abuse. I'm talking about Christian relationships. Now, start by quoting 1 Corinthians chapter 13 where it tells us what love is. Abuse is anything but love. But there are so many forms of abuse, the way it comes, that we don't even know that this is abuse. Okay. Now, in Christian relationships, we see that most times they don't even know that what they are doing is abusing their spouses. Okay. And this includes whether you are married or you are still in a relationship. Maybe you are courting the person you want to marry. For the single ones, I will tell you to please look out for certain signs. They are very, very important. Okay. Now, how do you identify emotional abuse? All right. Now, emotional abuse, there are different forms that it can take. But know that emotional abuse is different from verbal abuse. Verbal abuse is where the person comes outrightly at you, like trying to berate you with his words. Okay. Before I continue, please, I would like to say this. Abuse can go both ways. And it's not only to women, it can be to men, it can be to kids, it can be to anybody. It is not gender based. Okay. But today, the purpose of my discussion today is emotional abuse in Christian relationships and how it affects women, because women are always and often at the receiving end. Okay. All right. So continuing with what I was saying. Emotional abuse involves verbal abuse, okay? However, it does not come out straight up. You don't really, the person will not come and will not really call you, like, use abusive words like idiot or something like that, but the person makes you feel like you are not worth anything. The person uses words, okay, words that demean you, words that make you think twice, like, really, am I stupid? The person will not actually call you stupid, but the person makes you feel stupid with his words. Also, ridicule, threats, isolation, or separation. These are some forms or ways that you can see emotional abuse taking its form. But the general thing there is that it is manipulative and they want to exert control. Now, in Christian homes and relationships, we know that the men will always tell you that women should respect their wives. That the Bible says women should women should respect their husband, wives should respect their husbands. That the Bible always say that wives should respect their husbands, and because of that, they try to exert this control over the woman, trying to let the woman do exactly what they want the person to do, and then they try to blackmail you using the scriptures. But the Bible also makes us understand that love is patient, love is kind, love does not suffer. Does not suffer wrong, right? It is long suffering, okay? And love does not think of its own. Love is not selfish. Love covers a multitude of sin. But the way it plays out in Christian homes, most of these our brothers, or most of these men, try to manipulate their wives using the Bible, and it is wrong. It is very, very wrong. You now try to make the woman feel like she is the worst sinner in the whole world because she did not do what you wanted her to do. You try to blackmail her into doing certain things that on her own she does not want to do. That is emotional abuse. Most times, these women don't even know that they are being emotionally abused, and that is the most painful part of it, because most people that are being abused emotionally don't even know that they are being abused emotionally. And another thing is that most times you see these men making incessant criticisms, intimidations, demeaning behaviors, and the wives are always afraid to do things on their own. Now, how will you know that you are being emotionally abused? How are you supposed to know that you are being emotionally abused? I'm going to bring out some certain things, and I'll try to discuss them or explain them as fast as I can. Number one, I've talked about verbal abuse. The person will now tell you, because you're a Christian, person tell you don't even know God. Do you think that God can leave me and come and talk to you? Don't you know I am the head of this house? They try to subject you, subdue you, and push you down to the extent that you start thinking, am I even a child of God? Like, does it mean that God does not talk to me? You start doubting yourself, okay? And that takes me to the next one, confusion. Whenever somebody is being your spouse or your spouse or partner is being caring, the person is showing that he loves you, or is trying to show you the love and affection, or supposed love and affection, but you are being confused because in showing that love and affection, the person is manipulating you. That is demonic. I'm telling you, it is demonic. Why? Because you are trying to turn the heart of this person, and the person start doubting the promises of God and the word of God to her and what God has said. Okay, the person is telling you, oh, I love you, right? I will do anything for you. But sometimes you just behave in a way that you get me angry. And then, or sometimes the person just tells you things that you get confused. You'll be like, but did I really do this? Did I really say that? And sometimes they try to put things in your head and in your mind. These things go on in a lot of Christian homes, and women put it or take it all in. They just absorb everything without saying anything, because they want to be the good wives. They want to be the Christian wives. All right, then he always wants you to know he's in charge and he's in control. I mentioned this earlier. Oh, don't you know you are supposed to respect me? I am the man of this house. Why did you go against what I said? That is disrespectful. This is that. They will try to make you know that they are in charge and in control. They are very possessive. They are very controlling. They are very autocratic. It is their word or nothing. Your partner does not honor or respect your decisions. Whenever you see that your partner does not honor or respect your decision, know that you are being emotionally abused. How do I mean? You are a human being. You are a person. Most times, because okay, before I say that, let me go to this. Let me say this. Now, because one of the reasons why these men emotionally abuse these women is because They are the church girls, the very church girls that want to obey God. I am not against men, but I'm trying to point out certain things that happen in our homes, in our Christian homes, that are being overlooked. And when some of these women go to complain to their pastors, their ministers, or their church, their spiritual leaders, these things are not nipped in the bud. They will tell you, pray about it. How will you pray about something when you start doubting yourself, doubting the very promises of God that you stand up on? I was talking about your partner not honoring and respecting your decisions before I deviated a bit. Every human being has a right to his or her decision. You want to go out, you told your partner you want to go out, or you want to do a certain thing. You see that some of these women, they want to go back to school, they want to work, but they are being told you cannot do that. No, you cannot do that because I said that. Why? Why? In fact, when you even look at it, your decisions don't even matter at all. They make decisions in the home, in your relationship, without your opinion. They might just tell you, but no matter what you say, they don't really acknowledge it. Okay? When you don't acknowledge what your partner is saying, I don't really understand how that is love. And you have to do another way. You one of the ways you also pick this thing out is that your partner wants you to do exactly what he says. It is what he says in the relationship or nothing. It is what he says in the home or nothing. Then he makes you feel that you are not good enough. Just look at you. You cannot even pray. Since I got married to you, everything has every door has closed. There's a lot of hardship in my life. Things are not going well. They berate you with their words, with their actions, with their attitude. When you go out, okay, they try to demean you. A lot of things that are anything but good. You know, they seem to you look at it in that relationship is like every time you're walking on eggshells, you are doing almost anything to please this person, and there's nothing that you do that is ever good enough. You try to measure up to their expectations at all times. Still, it is never good enough. And the person always tries to rub it in your face that he is better than you. I am more spiritual than you. I am not the one that is taking care of you. And things like that. These things happen in Christian homes. I know that a lot of people may think that maybe I'm trying to, I'm talking against Christians. No. But let us look at these things critically. A lot of women are dying in silence, and that is one thing with emotional abuse. It is a silent killer. It is a silent killer. A lot of believers, a lot of Christian women are dying in depression. Prayers, there are certain things that prayers cannot do. Yes, prayers can do all things. God will answer your prayers, but there are certain things that he also wants you or needs you to do. You have to do your own part as well. You see that this man, yes, he's spirit-filled, he's tongue-talking, he's a pastor, he's a minister in the church. But when it comes to his home or to his relationship, he's a monster. Well, not a monster like physically, or you can see it or things like that, but the way he behaves towards his other significant other. Love is kind. Love is gentle. Anything that is done to you or you are doing that is outside the definition of what God says is love, please look at it again. Especially when you do it in a very subtle and corny way that the next person does not even understand what is happening to her. These women just start feeling empty, start feeling unworthy. But we sing, we praise God, we go to church, we do all these things. They come out, they keep up a very smiley face, but inside they are dying. Please, women, you need to speak up. I'm saying these things because a lot of people are going through these things, but they don't even know. that they are going through it. And most times, what these women do is they say, leave it. He's a man, you know. If I can't even if I take it out, the people will side him. Yes, but you really need to understand that this is what is happening. This is what is happening. They don't care about your feelings, maybe because they are the providers in the home. They don't care about how you feel. They don't care about what you want. When in public, one of the other forms of emotional abuse is that you are being ridiculed in public. There are two ways this can happen in public. It's either the person in the inside, when I mean inside, excuse me, when you are home just with him, he does not respect you. He does not show you care and affection in any way. But when you're in the public, he's overly affectionate. He's overly loving, so that people will see him as the perfect husband or the perfect spouse or the perfect partner. Or when you are in public, he alienates himself, trying to make you feel that you are the one that is distancing him, or trying to make you feel that because you are with your friends, family members, you are not bringing him close. You know, they try to work with your mind. They try to manipulate your mind to feel that you are the one that is wronging them, or that is at wrong. At all times, the person is always blaming you. When things go bad, you are the one to blame. No matter what happens, whether he did it or he did not do it, something gets broken, something gets spoiled, something went bad, you are to blame. Why are you so insensitive? Why are you too sensitive? Why are you this? You are not considerate. They try to push the blame on you. But when it is the good things, when things are going well, or when things are done right, they tend to take the praise. Oh, you see, this was a success because I did this or I did that. They don't recognize your input in whatsoever way. Please, this is very important, because a lot of women are going through this. It is very important that you know that this is what is happening, because it will help you know exactly how to tackle it. If you don't know that there is a problem, or that this is a problem, how will you tackle it? It's very important that we really, really look into these things. I will make a video also on how to overcome emotional abuse. Please, we really need to start looking out for ourselves. Mental sickness is very real. Is very, very real. There's a high level of suicide and so many other things amongst us. Please, I will say this again. I'm just talking because these things happen in Christian homes and people don't talk about it. That is why I'm talking about it. So that both parties, every party, can start looking into these things. Know where you are going wrong. Know what is going wrong. And try to make amends. Please, it is very, very important. And I want to thank you for having me today. If this is your first time of subscribing to my channel, I want to say thank you. Please, or visiting my channel, please, I want to say thank you. Please subscribe, share, and like. Your comments are very well appreciated. I want to hear what you have to say about this topic. Have you witnessed or experienced any of these things in your relationship, or do you know anybody that have experienced this thing in her relationship as a Christian woman? Please share your experiences or the experiences of people that you know. Or you can also drop one or two other ways that you think these things can be spotted. All right. And this is where we are going to wrap it up for today. Thank you so much for having me today. And I wish and hope to see you sometime next week. Have a wonderful day. Bye-bye.